Hey kids, Cozzy here from RC headquarters. I'm just going to be doing a quick removal on the Traxxas axle carriers on 1/16th model. Today I'm going to be doing it on my Kent block. And for those of you that don't know what an axle carrier is, it's, I'll just quickly show you, it's this little plastic thing here that goes around the inside of the rim. And as you can see, one of the pivot balls, which is that shiny chrome little thing there, that's going into the axle carrier, and that ball stays kind of in there. But sometimes what can cause people to change them is that pivot ball will sort of pop out of where it's supposed to stay in, and yeah, the caps will just crack or something, and the ball will just pop out, and you can't have that happening because then the wheel will just completely just lose placement and just could even come off. Now I have ordered some RPM axle carriers. They will be arriving in a couple of days, but what I'm going to do first is just show you how to remove these ones, just so you know. And then I'll be doing an installation video on RPM ones. So basically what you want to start off with is, I've already sort of loosened everything, so it might not seem as hard, but you need to take off your wheel. They'll just be sort of nut on the end of your wheel. Just use your T-tool to get that off. For those of you that don't know what a T-tool is, I'll just quickly show you. A T-tool is this, and yeah, so basically put that in there, loosen it, and it will come out. Put that aside. As you can see more clearly now, that's the axle carrier, that piece of plastic that goes sort of in a, looks like a figure 8 sort of thing. But anyway, yeah, there it is. What I reckon you should start loosening first is this screw here. I sort of already loosened it, and yeah, so it will just come out. It'll be a lot harder than that, and you'll have to use your T-tool to get that off, your whatever you want to call it, an Allen key, T-tool. Yeah, so that will come out, and then that will release, and now your axle carrier will be free to move wherever it wants to. And this should be free to move as well to a certain extent. Okay, so now what you need to start doing, which I haven't done, is loosening the two screws inside your axle carrier. As you can see, they're the two shiny chrome screws in there, and they're actually quite easy to get off. Don't need a great amount of force. Show you to the camera. Just put your Allen key in there and just screw. I like to screw them bit by bit so you don't sort of get anything happening, because you could just screw one off all at once, and then you might not be able to screw your second one off, your bottom one, whatever. So if you just screw them bit by bit, that's just about come off there. And there we go, that's the top one gone. And that's the bottom one. And there is the axle carrier. Sorry about that, wait, I had a bit of a problem with my camera. But yeah, there it is. It will sort of look like that. Your drive shaft will just come out of place. It's not blocked by anything. To put it back into place though, I'll show you that in the installation. There's these two little lines on the thing, on the actual drive shaft itself. You need to align those with those lines. But now I've got to show you, you're probably wondering how to remove the actual drive shaft out of the axle carrier. There's two ways to do this. There's a proper way, which would be putting a flathead screwdriver in between the axle carrier and the hex screw in there. And then there's my way, which would just be to put your fingers into it and just pull it out. Like that. Now when you pull it out, just bring it across the screws. The thread, I mean. Okay, so there's the hex screw off. Be careful though, don't pull it out too quickly, because in there's a little thing, it would just pop out. I don't know what you want to call it, a little axle. That's what it looks like. and there's a hole in the axle, so that's where it would go through. And then after that, you can just pull, and you'll be careful because your bearing will come out. Ball bearings, pretty good, I will admit, they're quite smooth, mine. And your other bearing will sort of still be in there. And yeah, so when you get your other carriers, you'll sort of pop that out, and it will go into the other ones. So pop out these pivot balls. There's these sort of little slots for these, like they click into places, these two little things. That one's nearly out of place. You can see there's kind of a gap between the plastic. You can sort of just, I'm not going to do it today, but I might show you when I'm installing the actual RPM one. You will just put your Allen key here, push against this, and do it to both sides, pushing that side as well. And this whole cap will just pop out, like just come out, and yeah, you'll be able to get them out like that. Well, anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and like this video, and my mate should be getting his e-river review on the channel very soon. Thanks for watching.